this DVD to help you give better customer service to our disabled customers and to make sure that you stay within the guidelines of the Disability Discrimination Act, the DDA. Let's go and meet the people who are going to help you.
They're the ones.
This is Mrs. Lawrence, who developed muscular dystrophy and now relies on a wheelchair, and her husband, Peter. And this is Anna, who is blind from birth and a professional actress.
Hello.
And this is Troy, who is hard of hearing.
Hello.
Mrs. Lawrence, Anna and Troy are going to help me illustrate some everyday challenges they face when they're out shopping. They will also teach you how to behave compassionately, stay within the law, and how not to make ignorant or insensitive mistakes. Let's get started.
Excuse me?
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, please. I'd like to go upstairs.
Oh, hello. Sure. Oh, gosh. I'm not sure how you're going to get there. Actually, I'm really sorry, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Oh, what a shame. For you.
Isn't there a lift or a ramp?
We don't have either, unfortunately. I am really sorry.
Do you know that it is against the law to treat disabled customers less favourably?
I really am most terribly sorry, but we don't have a lift or ramp, so I really don't know how to help you.
Okay.
The DDA says our disabled customers must have access to our goods and services. This, of course, makes good commercial sense, as well as being fair. In our newly designed shops, this isn't a problem. However, in some of our older premises, we don't have lifts or ramps, and it isn't feasible, and in some cases even possible, to install them. The DDA says reasonable adjustments. This means we don't have to build lifts or ramps where it would be difficult to do so. But this does mean the onus is firmly in your hands, our trusted sales assistants. We need you to exercise excellent customer care to ensure that our disabled customers have a really enjoyable shopping experience and leave feeling really good about the items they've purchased. Let's do that scene again and see what your options are.
Hi.
Me?
Can I help?
Notice Agnes is positioning herself at the same height as Mrs. Lawrence
I'm terribly sorry, we don't have a lift or ramp.
and speaks to her without being patronising.
If you tell me the sort of items you'd be interested in purchasing, I could go upstairs and pick a really good selection for you and bring them down for you to look at and maybe try on.
But then I don't get to pick and choose myself. I don't get to see the rest of the store upstairs. And it just cuts out half the fun of shopping. I really enjoy shopping. I just want to do it myself.
I am really sorry. Maybe you could try a nearest store that does have a lift.
Yeah, it's a pain though to get to. Can we?
Not today.
How about making your choices in the comfort of your own home? Do you have access to the internet?
We do, yeah.
Well, why don't I give you the website address? That's dead easy to use. And you can even magnify particular items you like to get a better look at them.
Yeah, I like the website idea.
If you're not happy with the clothes when they arrive, you can always get a refund. What do you think?
It's good.
I'll go and get the address for you.
Okay. She was really nice. Much nicer than the average shop assistant, don't you think?
I thought so too, yeah.
Hi, there you are.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
Let me help you with the door.
Oh, thank you.
So let's recap on what happened there. Agnes spoke to Mrs. Lawrence without being patronising. A lot of wheelchair users complain they're often spoken to as if they were children. She made Mrs. Lawrence feel welcomed and valued by offering to do a personal shop, telling her where the nearest easy access store was, and finally suggesting home shopping. Do think safety first and don't offer to assist a wheelchair user up the stairs. You could really hurt yourself and injure them. So, if you don't have a ramp or a lift, offer these 3 things. 1, a personal shop. 2, the nearest wheelchair access store. 3, home shopping. Now on to Anna,
Hi. Oh, hello.
our professional actress who is blind.
Do you have an account card?
Oh, no, I don't actually. I don't think I want one, thank you.
Well, if you did happen to open one today, you'll receive invites to our account evenings where you get special previews of new lines and sales stock.
Okay.
And you get special promotional vouchers posted to you through the year, and you can get 10% off of this lot today.
Oh, okay. Well, that does actually sound really quite good. Do you think I could take the form home with me, though? Only I'd like to go over the terms and conditions.
I'm sorry, I need to complete the form now to be able to actually open the account. If you take it home today, you won't be able to get the 10% off what you're buying now. There's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. It's still policy.
Oh, it's quite simple then, isn't it? I'm going to have to leave it. I mean, I need to be sure what I'm signing up for.
Anna may not wish to discuss her disability, and in her opinion, why is the shop being so unreasonable? But remember, the DDA says we cannot give a lesser service to our disabled customers. So, here's what you do.
Okay, that sounds really good, actually. But do you think I could take the form home with me? It's just that I'd really like to go over the terms and conditions.
I can go over them with you now if you'd like.
No, thanks. I'd really rather take the form home if that's okay.
Oh, okay, certainly. My name's Agnes, and so that you can still receive the 10% discount you would have received had we filled in the form together now, how about I keep your items for you on reserve so that when you bring the form back, you can still get your 10% off these items?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. It's just, you know, I'd really rather go over the small print with someone I trust.
Oh, of course, I completely understand. Actually, we have a special facility for helping people who are blind or who have partial sight. Our finance company, who deals with the credit card accounts and statements, can send them to you in braille or audio. When you come back, just ask for me, Agnes, and I can sort that out with customer services for you, if you'd like that.
Yeah, that's really good to know. Thanks, Agnes. You've been really, really helpful today.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
Always offer to help partially sighted customers in completing forms, but if they don't feel comfortable with that, don't push them. Let them take the forms home. Tell them they can receive their account statements in braille or audio, as this will reassure them. Offer to keep the items on reserve up to a week so that they may receive the 10% discount. Be sure to give them your name, as this promotes friendliness and trust and ensures you get your commission. A totally blind person is often in complete darkness, so don't approach them from behind. You might make them jump.
Gosh, you startled me.
Approach them from the front and introduce yourself. Then ask them if you can help.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering if I could help you.
Oh, yes, that would be good. Thank
Can I give you my arm?
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much.
What would you like to say?
You may wish to offer
think
your
maybe some
arm,
trousers.
but
Yeah,
don't take
sure.
theirs. Make sure they feel in control. If you're taking them up or down steps, always warn them how many steps they're about to go up or down.
There are now 3 more steps.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Okay.
When you're helping a partially sighted customer, ask them what they're looking for and describe the items that fit their criteria with careful detail.
It's really nice and blue. It's like a coral blue.
Colours, fabrics, cut and style. And let them feel the garments so that they can experience the textures of the materials. If they don't choose something, it's now up to you to describe in colourful detail other items that you think may appeal to them using the same method.
It's very pretty, isn't it? Very flowy.
A lot of people suffer from a wide variety of mental and physical illnesses. Some people find it very difficult to fill out forms, and some people maybe even find it hard to write their signature. Don't judge people by their handwriting. Their disability may have severely curtailed their learning of life skills. This doesn't mean they're less intelligent than you, and it certainly doesn't mean they're illiterate. Banks provide special facilities such as templates of their signature which they can place over the signing area, and rubber stamps moulded with their signature, or unsigned cards with a signed letter from their bank. And there are more options listed in your Smart Service file. Managers, please do make sure all your staff have read this and know where it is for reference. And now on to Troy, who's hard of hearing. About 15% of our population is hard of hearing. That's a lot of buying power. But most people who wear hearing aids don't want other people to know they're wearing them. But because of the way hearing aids work, In a noisy situation like this, it's extremely difficult for a hearing aid wearer to hear the person that's actually speaking to them. Nor can all hard of hearing people lip read. And if they're completely deaf, they will never hear you, however hard you shout. People who are deaf from birth, like Troy, can't speak clearly because they've never actually heard words being spoken properly. This bears no relation to how intelligent they may be, and they get very embarrassed when sales assistants don't understand what they're saying.
Hi, sorry, we don't have any, but there are some in the shopping centre by the food court. Sorry, we don't have any. The nearest ones are in the shopping centre by the food court. We don't have any, but there are some.
Troy didn't want to introduce himself with his disability. Why should he? But because he couldn't lip read, which is very common, Agnes over-mouthing wasn't helping at all. Also, because they were in the noisy shop, her voice was still indistinguishable. Hard of hearing people get very embarrassed when sales assistants use big gestures and shout at them, because suddenly everybody in the shop is looking at them. This can be so easily avoided by standing in front of them, speaking slowly, and using a pen and paper if need be.
Sorry, we don't have any, but the shopping centre does. Okay. By the food court. Come with me.
Many of our stores now have a fantastic facility for hearing aid wearers called an induction loop. An induction loop is a way of transmitting sound magnetically. The hearing aid wearer switches their aid to a certain setting, and then the user can only hear what is being said directly into a microphone by you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm a test, but I have to time test.
Oh, OK. Well, as long as you don't mind being escorted, you could use our staff toilets.
Yes.
In theory, members of the public could use our staff toilets, but in practice, that would be a security risk. However, with a disabled person, that's fine. In every shop, there is a disabled staff toilet. This often gets used for storage purposes, so make sure your disabled toilet is clear and usable. Sadly, a totally deaf person won't be helped by an induction loop, so you will need pen and paper. Don't shout. It's aggressive and a waste of time. Don't assume they can lip read. If your store has an induction loop, use it. Make sure you know where it is and how it works before this situation arises. If you don't have a loop, use pen and paper. Keep an eye out for hearing aid wearers. Unfortunately, hearing aid users are so embarrassed that rather than ask for help, they would rather leave the shop. So tell them you can help them. This DVD doesn't cover every disability there is, obviously, so please put compassion and respect first, and then make sure you're acting within the guidelines of the DDA. Not only do we have a legal and moral obligation to give our disabled customers the service they deserve, it's a great opportunity for our company to shine. By improving our level of customer service, we can really make a difference to disabled people's lives, and it makes us stand out from our competitors. If you don't know how to deal with something, ask the customer. Say to them, "How would you like me to help you?" If you don't know how to do this because our policy doesn't allow you, ask customer services. You won't seem silly, and it's much better to ask than risk upsetting one of our valued customers. It's a win-win situation.
Making your services available to disabled customers means
We're far more likely to remain loyal.
And support recommend you to our friends.
Thank you for watching.